So Shamatha Vipayshana. So Shamatha it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You place your mind on an object, you get peace. It is the greatest thing there is. We want peace. We want peace so bad. We need peace. Peace is what we need. They all need peace. All those people suffer. We suffer for two reasons. We suffer because of emotional instability. We suffer because of primitive beliefs about reality. Those are the two things. Merit and wisdom. Gaining knowledge about reality, the nature of reality, is wisdom. Producing peace is merit. Merit, wisdom. So we produce peace, and the proper use of that peace, some people use that peace to take a nap or to paint a pretty picture. You can use the peace for a lot of things, but your highest use of your peace is to examine the nature of reality. Use it to make yourself smarter about what is ego, what is non-ego, what is the false self, and how is it killing me and everybody else, and what's the true nature, the Buddha nature, and how that is healing the planet. It's, that's foolish to say that's the goal, but we would like to rest our mind in the nature of our mind. If we do, we go from bliss to bliss to bliss to bliss to bliss to bliss to bliss. If not, we go from suffering to suffering to suffering to suffering to suffering. And usually, most of the people we know, except for the high lamas and a couple of their good friends, are going from suffering to suffering to suffering to suffering. That's just the way it works. They haven't learned to rest their mind in the nature of their mind. And spending all this time in Rigpa where it's just bliss to bliss to bliss to bliss. Or even if a thought arises, they're the coolest guy in town because they don't cling to thoughts. And they just rest their mind in the nature of mind, moving, or they never cling, they never fixate. They never solidify themselves. They're always free-flowing. So, Vipassana is a vast subject. But essentially, think of Vipassana as, Will Johnson's number 2 is relaxation. Well, Vipassana is 100% related to relaxation. That's not the only thing. But it's 90%. Sometimes seems to me it's 90% of meditation is relaxation. Or 90% of Vipassana is relaxation. To the extent you experience Vipassana, you have relaxed. To the extent that you have not relaxed, you can't experience Vipassana. But it's not just, it's, the technique in meditation is to go out on the out breath. That is Vipassana. Vipassana is when you go out on the out breath. Ordinarily, we don't want to do that. That's against ego's principles. Ego's principles are to keep a primitive belief about reality, about myself, but I'm living in this little box, and we're not expanding any of our territories and let it dissolve into nothing. That's not what we're doing here on ego's principles. So, but we try to poke a hole in ego doing this, and there's this whole dynamic that happens when we're totally devoted to ego, and we slowly begin to relax and go out and lessen our commitment to ego, which is our primitive belief about reality. If we did not have a primitive belief about reality, we'd just think we were reality. We wouldn't think there was anything to do anything within here. There's nothing in here. There's nothing to protect, nothing to defend. It's idiotic to think a single thought that way in 1,000 years would be an idiot thing to do. Never, ever, 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 ever. We just trust we're reality, and there's no need for any home in here. There's no home. It's just reality. We just dissolve into reality. That's it. But easier said than done, you know. So it's just a process of every time you gotta let go on the out breath because you're just not geared to letting go on the out breath. So you just gotta keep practicing it about 400 million times, and it maybe you'll get a little better at it. Do it 1 million, then you'll be better. If you just keep practicing, you'll get so good. But you'll think it's hard, you know. But it's just practice. Nothing else to do but practice it. It doesn't matter if it's hard or not. Training this horse of mine, you could say it's hard, but really the horse, as long as you just got to remember, don't beat your horse because you think he's a bad horse, or you think he's an unsuitable for meditation horse, or you think he's too hard to try anymore. I tried this, but you know, now I'm just gonna get a little peace and forget trying anything else. You know, you gotta keep trying. Gotta keep alternating Shamatha and Vipayshana. When you do Vipassana, when you go out, if you get any success at it at all, you're gonna run into some problem areas. Problem area is going to be, I forgot what I'm doing in meditation. I've completely lost the plot. That signals you just say to yourself, oh, it's time to return to Shamatha. You're always going to reach a signal where it's time to return to Shamatha. You've done Vipassana. Vipassana is always going to come to an end where you're not going to gain anything by continuing to practice Vipassana because it's time to return to Shamatha. So you should get really good at thinking, I forgot what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Time to return to Shamatha. I'm a little freaked out. I'm a little crazy. Woo woo. I'm a little nutty out here. What am I doing? Time to return to Shamatha. So spaced out. Forgot what you're doing. Don't remember what the plan is. Crazy. It's just time. You used up all your peace, and now you're just masturbating out here. Now you're not really doing it anymore. You forgot what you were doing because you ran out of peace. Peace wears away. You just have to come back, create some more peace, do shamatha, create some more peace. You may find that your shamatha is at a higher level. There's a less of an efforting. This whole thing, as you go through this shamatha vipassana, the sense of effort and that it's hard, that it's a struggle, but eases and it becomes higher form of shamatha, higher form of vipassana, higher form of shamatha, higher form of vipassana. That's what we're going for. That's the alternation. It's very healthy. It works together, and every time you come around, your shamatha is it's more like a Buddhist shamatha than a beginner's shamatha. And then your vipassana is the same. So it's a union of shamatha and vipassana. And the interesting thing is, with shamatha, you gain a more sophisticated understanding of nature of reality. You begin to become one with reality. And so your shamatha is always compounded, always goes away. I created peace, it went away. There's nothing that lasts over here. But everything over here in Vipayshana, whatever wisdom you gain, you never lose. You can quit meditating for 27 years and you come back to the cushion and you're right where you were. Your understanding of Vipayshana and your beliefs about reality they did not diminish. You didn't lose that. You never lose that. You only gain. I mean, you can get pretty out of practice and forget about it, but you get back on the cushion, you're back where you were. You haven't lost anything. Wisdom gained is wisdom gained and never lost. You can cover that wisdom over so you don't really seem like it might have got lost, but when you go back to the wisdom game, it's right there. You never lost it. And you'll never lose anything you gain on the wisdom side. That's the reason you can keep going like this, because you keep gaining wisdom and you don't lose anything. You don't lose any of that wisdom. And you get a little more skillful. Your skillful means gets better. You get your shamatha just becomes like so fine. What is Shamatha and Vipayshana say? He says, my conduct is as fine as sifting flour. And I descend with the view. I rise with the conduct and descend with the view. Usually we do the opposite. Our conduct get lazy, and we think we have this high view, which is so high above. That's not what we mean by alternating Shamatha and Vipayshana. In this case, our shamatha gets so good, so our conduct is so perfect. And we bring that view right down and join it, and we bring it right down to this level, We may have tremendous understanding that we're reality, but we don't go off and live in those lofty realms. We bring it down, so you may be one with space, but man, you are one with your walk of an elephant. Your feet are on the ground. Your conduct is perfect. Your conduct has gotten better and better and better and better, and your boddhicitta is also very good. Your boddhicitta is excellent. You do not neglect your boddhicitta practice. Part of your conduct, it's part of your shamatha, it's part of your skillful means. That's how you can tell if the whole thing's really working. If you forgot boddhicitta, you got a problem. You get smarter than everybody else, but you just become an asshole. You become a know-it-all. You should become softer. You should become softer. That's a real sign of learning. You become softer. I got problems along that line. But if I really practice my boddhicitta, I'm okay. It's when I forget to practice my boddhicitta and mix it in that like what Sangzar Kinshe says. He says, Buddhism, it's so hard. It's just the most difficult thing. It's just terrible, 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 terrible hard thing to do. You have to be so rough with your own ego. You have to be so strong and tough and beat it. Then you just have to be so sweet to others and so loving to others and so easy. But there you go. It's very difficult. Very difficult. Very difficult. I find that very difficult, I'll tell you that. I can be hard on myself. I'm just as hard on those others. Good. That's not Buddhism. That's not Buddhism. That's asshole 101. That's what that be. That's why Buddhism's so hard. Gotta be so hard on yourself and so sweet to the other people and so easy on them. So easy on them. If they're not bashing their egos, it ain't your job. Your job is to be sweet. I can't do it. I've failed. I've failed miserably. But you just keep trying. Practice the boddhicitta. Practice the boddhicitta. It really works. There's nothing for the Tibetans. There's nothing is precious to them like their boddhicitta. The Dalai Lama tells the story of this old man who spent, 15 years in a Chinese prison. They were torturing him every day, And the Dalai Lama says to him, "Were you in danger?" The old man says, "Oh yes, I was in great danger of losing my boddhicitta." Great danger.